The theme of life journeys pertains to bringing together dyslexics at different stages of their lives to assist young dyslexics on their journeys. We share visual focus drills based on our own experiences. The drills can be and should be also performed on your own to have you experience knowing when you are ready to focus on reading by applying your dyslexic strengths concerning imagination and creativity that over time should become more and more evident to you. Doing the drills with us can help you understand how to apply them to prepare for reading, and then join our expert reader, lead us through great stories as we see the words go by, strengthening our skill and comfort with reading while exposing us to imaginative experience of places, people, animals, and interesting activities all over the world. And reading for school is so much easier when you are learning and experiencing reading for fun. Let's get started. First, our personal message to you. Most dyslexic kids would prefer getting through this on their own, since struggling with reading can be very frustrating and embarrassing. And fundamentally, this is deeply personal. So what we share here, you can do on your own if you wish. And we offer some coaching to make sure you know how to access our drills and how to bring up pre-recorded expert readers or narrators that you can follow as part of your journey with reading. We trust that you will enjoy time with us, sharing our journeys together. Our time together should help you feel less alone and confused about experiencing difficulties learning to read, as Formula One champion Lewis Hamilton has described about his challenges growing up with dyslexia. We also found it difficult and frustrating during our early years, yet we now appreciate the capabilities of our brains to do many remarkable things, including learning to read. We are aware that we can experience extraordinary things at times when we get very focused. Similar to Lewis Hamilton racing with all senses fully focused on his Formula One race car and the racetrack. You very likely know the focus I describe. Our host and role model, teenager Julian, made it very clear to me that he is familiar with it as he described his undistracted laser attention to Lego pieces when creating Lego features and figures and characters and structures. And also when his attention gets fully absorbed as he sees his inner eye and then implements a creative interior design project for his bedroom and study areas. Our approach emphasizes getting better at reading by first learning to use brief visual focus and vocal practice exercises, and then holding a book and looking at the words being read to you by an expert reader and storyteller as you track the words as best you can as the expert reader pulls everyone along, reinforcing your creative imagination as dreamlike images. Your imagination naturally brings such stories to life for you. An experience similar to dreaming, often called our mind's eye or seeing something inside your head. The experience can occur quickly. The reader will interact with you to answer questions you may have, and tell you things about the story to help your imagination experience and see the story as you hear it told and as you see the words. This experience with reading is called creative, multisensory, immersive imagination, ultimately connected to what words represent and why stories are written. The first three drills shown here helped me get through high school and college as a challenged dyslexic. Even though I got good grades, all A's in high school and nearly all A's in college, just one B in each of my freshman and sophomore years, The drills, which I did as 15-minute sessions before turning to schoolwork, helped me harness my dyslexia as I shut down my other senses to maximize use of my eyes and at times voice, ears, and brain. I refer to the drills as not fun chores, since you don't do them for fun or entertainment, but just like any chore that requires your attention to not mess up and get them over with, each of these can work in helping you get ready to apply yourself to reading for doing school homework or a required project for a particular course, which I experienced in high school, followed by college, and throughout a long, successful career while still challenged by dyslexia. And I should point out, dyslexic thinking skill had a lot to do with my very successful career in life, including enjoyment of many friends and coworkers. An overview of each of these drills follows. Access to the drills, including downloadable files, are provided by QR codes in our appendices. So the swirl visual focus drill. This drill is explained on the next page, and the appendices include a video demonstration and explanation by Julian. It's important to recognize this as a chore and not thought of as fun art. You get maximum impact on your preparation for reading when you also speak the A's and B's as you place them on the page. As I have personally experienced, this type of multisensory vision dominated exercise can have you experience the type of perceptual sensation of the layout of the page and interrelation of the letters and lines that may have you feel a connection with perceptual experience, sometimes referred to as dyslexic thinking. As demonstrated and explained in the text here, on a blank sheet of paper, begin drawing a line near a corner and continue without lifting the pencil to keep one line moving on the page. Draw loops and keep moving the pencil until your line has traveled most of the page. End at the connection point with another loop. Mark an A and a B within the drawing according to these rules. An A cannot share a side with another A. Same for a B, can't share a side with another B. A can only touch another A at an intersection point, even if very small, as shown in the fifth picture above. Say the letters as you write them, adding more touch and feel plus sound and hearing to this drill. If there is an area that does not meet these rules due to having both an A and a B on its sides, fill it in with scribbles as shown above. This is a visual focus exercise, not an art project. It should feel like a warm-up exercise, focusing your vision, joined by you saying A and B to get you ready for reading. Here's another example with one area filled in with lines to show that it did not meet the rules to sharing a side with both an A and B and just that one part of the scribble, the swirl. Next type of drill. So this arithmetic drill requiring experience, adding the ones 1 through 9 and carrying tens. You may need to hit the pause button here of my speaking to have more time to review this. Supported by you, talking to yourself during the additions for this drill truly makes it a multi-sensory focusing experience, helping you preparing dyslexic you for reading. It will help you to see Julian's demonstration and description of this drill in the appendices. The appendix provides a QR code for printing PDF practice sheets. And each column of the 4-digit numbers, by adding the ones that make up each of the columns for the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. As evident by my corrections at the bottom of the columns for my frequent use of this one printed page, this drill requires your attention and serves as Excellent preparation for reading, particularly if you speak the names of the outcomes of adding the columns of ones during the drill as a full multisensory experience. For example, 9, 18, 22, 29, 32, 36, 38, and 39 captures the addition of the ones in the rightmost column of the first group of 9 ones within the 5-digit numbers on the left side of the page. Next drill, visual focus drill, handwriting. Practicing and printing of letters is a good visual focus drill, made more so by saying the letters out loud, getting touch sensory input from your mouth and tongue movement as hearing sensory input from the sounds you make. And this print handwriting drill plus the cursive drill that follows can help fine-tune your handwriting, which very few people do, though many regret ignoring this fundamental skill. The QR code available in the appendix provides access to PDF pages with the reference templates to print for your practice. It is all the more important to experience practice with cursive writing. It's more difficult to maintain as a skill, and a great pre-reading multi-sensory focus drill when you say the letters out loud. The flashcard drills can be very useful for preparing your multi-sensory readiness for reading a book. It's just fast recognition of either somewhat large words or smaller words, or sometimes doing what the flashcard presentation tells you is to touch the parts of your body or something else nearby as the words go by. Rather than speak it, you show that you can detect what's in the what it refers to by reaching forward and touching it, like touch your nose. So here's a quick run through of what this looks like. So you would be trying to say these as they pop up quickly. This book is relevant to another form of flashcard drill related to phonemics as described here and defined. So the book authored by a school teacher with expertise in phonemics, and it's useful when learning to read and practicing seeing and saying the parts of speech, phonemes, parts of speech. This book served as the source of using parts of speech also in flashcards as follows. Here's examples. So you would be saying these as they pop up. Now we get to the heart of our purposes, which is imaginative reading. Take a look at the art of the pictures that accompany this slide and the two books that we'll describe. The perceptual salience drills that we've gone through have helped me and many others to tame our dyslexia to become very able readers. So our approach to out loud, immersive, creative reading brings it all together while adding movie-like, envisioned, imaginative entertainment, promoting the love of reading. We're all the more able to do so by doing a warm-up exercise to help us be ready to focus and to be imaginative. We're kind of yearning for it. You have these chore-like drills. Your eyes can then get focused. You're ready to attend to focus on something such as listening to someone read a book to you and imagining what is being described. To help your creativity, envisioning the characters and setting the story before our reading sessions, we share pictures that help us know the settings and characters of the story, as all joiners have an open copy of the book being read, typically purchased as inexpensive used paperbacks. The experienced reader does most of the reading to pull our joiners along with the imagined story, with occasional breaks to give joiners the opportunity to contribute to the reading, trying to stay with what's happening in the book and to encourage the ongoing reading skill that our joiners are developing. While we read picture books with younger joiners, we also read short stories as well as long novels, typically without pictures. And occasionally we experience a joiner who shares a drawing she or he created of one of the characters or scenes from the book we are reading. Here we have a content from a short adventure novel, Call It Courage, about a young boy living some distant time before as a member of a Polynesian tribe on a small island. He's the chief's son. He's greatly challenged with fear of the ocean after his mother drowns during a hurricane. The story tells us of his decision and experience to leave the island on a small pontoon boat, joined by his small dog and seemingly protected by a large albatross in the sky, as he seeks to find out if he can stay alive by facing his fears. The book begins by telling you that this is now a story the tribe tells and celebrates at its campfires at nights, one of their great prides of the history of their tribe. The action and steady pace inspire impressive, immersive imagination, prompted by the pictures of the Polynesian islands of the Pacific that we share. While Julian serves as the host and leader of the visual focus exercises, I most often serve as the expert reader storyteller. I am able to pull our group along through the test of the text as everyone follows the book they hold. Some follow the text by pointing with a finger, touching the page. All joiners experience me stopping occasionally to ask a joiner to try to read to the group, picking up where I stopped, with Julian or I assisting if needed. For a paragraph or much more, depending on the desire of the joiner to do some or continue to read more. I conclude each reading session to answer any question about the plot, setting, and characters. We discuss how everyone is envisioning the action of the story as it progresses and what they may be anticipating to happen next. And I'll point out some detail that might be somewhat sophisticated in the text, such as the example by the able writer of Call the Courage. This example, and as he uses impressively imaginative phrasing to almost paint pictures of the scenes he's describing on the Polynesian islands, as in this case, he describes the thick leaves of the jungle at the edge of the island's beach, as as if each leaf is a soldier in gleaming, shining green uniforms, pressed in a crowd of other soldiers looking out from the jungle, a creative use of descriptive metaphors. We choose books to read to inspire imagination, placing us in settings and among people unfamiliar to us, such as the steeplechase racing industry and communities in England, as captured in Mysteries written by Dick Francis, the former champion jockey of the Queen's Stable. Pictures from the stables and race courses help prompt our imaginations while reading. And there are plenty of children's books available, including mine titled Perfect Bedtimes with 28 Stories, that include intended dreamlike charcoal illustrations to help inspire imaginations. It is possible to share view of book pages through our Zoom call if a joiner doesn't have the book we are reading. We look forward to the opportunity and experience to aid dyslexic peers through their journey, learning to read and particularly to enjoy the marvelous, imaginative, entertaining experience to be found through reading books.